Kadosh, Boker Or, Mishna Yomi Masechet, Orayot, Perek Bet, Mishna Gimel and Daled, 3 and 4, chapter 2. Says the Mishnah. Yeah, the Mishnah says as follows. Yeah, he says like this: En chayavim ela lehelem davar im shigat maaseh. The bedin, the court, is only going to be obligated to bring a par elem davar only if there was a mistake in the ruling together with an unintentional action, meaning there was a ta'ut plus there was a maaseh also done. V'chen Mashiach, or the same would apply to an anointed kohen, par kohen Mashiach, right? V'lo ba'avodah zarah en chayavim. Likewise, they're not going to be obligated for any type of communal idol worship. Ela lehelem davar im shigat maaseh. Only if it was a mistake in the ruling with an unintentional act, meaning that it had to be both mistakes: a mistake in the psak and the ruling, plus a mistake in the action. They will only be chayav if they paskin on something that if you did it on purpose, you're going to be chayav karet. The shigrato chatat. If you did it by accident, it's going to be a chatat. The same halacha would apply. But not likewise, he says about idol worship. You're not going to be obligated to bring it. Meaning that if it's not going to be that if you did it purposely, it's going to be karet and shigato chatat, you're not going to be chayav. For example, Shabbat, right? You get chayav mita, but there's no witnesses or there's no warning. It's zedono karet v'shigato chayav chatat. Meaning if you did it purposely, you're going to be mechalel, they get karet. If you did it by accident, it's going to be chatat. That's what it is. Okay, Mishnah Daled comes and he says, we're talking about now the Olav Yored. And chayavim alaseh v'lo taseh shemikdash, right? They're not going to be obligated on any type of positive commandment or negative commandment in the Bet HaMikdash. Okay, that means when they come into the Bet HaMikdash, when they're tameh. You remember this was all of the Shavuot, right? And the positive commandment of the person becomes tameh while in the Bet HaMikdash also. He has to leave as quickly as possible. Then mevim hasham talui lalaseh v'lo taseh shemikdash. They're also not going to bring an hasham talui on a positive or negative commandment in the Bet HaMikdash. Aval chayavim alaseh v'lo taseh shebanidah. But they are obligated on the nidah. Why? Because the nidah is karet and shigato chatat. So he says, "Umevim hasham talui al aseh v'lo taseh shebenidah." The same halacha would apply. They could bring an hasham talui. Right? Why? Because whether they violated it or not, because again, right, you have the same characteristics. Meaning, since the nidah is a karet and shigato chatat, so therefore that's why you will bring it. Ezoi mitzvah taseh shebenidah. Perosh min nidah. You have to separate from the nidah in a particular manner. Right? That means basically if a person is having relations with her, right, and then she becomes a nidah, he has to separate in a certain manner. He can't just come out, because if he withdraws, so then he's also benefiting. Right? We learned this in nidah a few times. Okay? Umitzvah lo ta'aseh. What is the negative commandment of the nidah? Lo tavol nidah. Do not have relations with the nidah, because that's going to be the having relations with the nidah. Obviously, is going to be karet. So he comes and he says, if the court comes and they ruled, right, that no, there's no problem or whatever it is, so that's where they would come and they would bring the korban.